Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is the first episode in our new Reddit reading series. I decided that we will just come through some popular subreddits and read some of the top stories through the archive just to kind of catch up on some good content so you don't have to waste hours of your life searching through Reddit like I do. Okay, first we'll start up with... Am I the asshole for laughing in my cousin's face when she tried to stage an intervention for my drug use? I, 27M, have a condition which causes me to overproduce earwax. I don't tell people about it because I was bullied for it growing up. Only my wife and parents know. Every other day, I have to put medication in each ear, let it sit, and then flush it out with a rubber-tipped syringe. Jeez, bro, I hope by some act of God, you just miraculously heal one day. This prevents ear infections, vertigo, permanent hearing loss, and worsening of my tinnitus. I have dealt with all of these things to some extent, so I stay on top of my eardrop regimen. If my alarm goes off when I'm with others, I go to the bathroom for 20 minutes and knock it out. If I don't follow my schedule, I forget, so I can't put it off. Dear Lord, man. This sounds like you are just in purgatory, forever cleaning out this unending flow of earwax from your ears. Dear Lord. 2 weeks ago, my mom hosted family dinner. My cousin Kara, 37-year-old female, saw me waltz off to the bathroom to do my thing, syringe in hand, and asked what I was doing. I said just a minor medical thing. She kept pushing, but I didn't want to say anything because she gossips. I told her it's personal and scooted past. Well, I mean, yeah, you already said it was medical as well, so that makes sense. When I left, she was standing in the hallway. She asked what took so long and why the toilet didn't flush. She's got, like, her ear up to a cup, just listening through the door. Just, you didn't flush the toilet in there. Like, what the hell? That's so creepy. I said none of her business. She said she didn't mean to offend. Last weekend, my friend called me to invite me out to lunch with some buddies. He said to meet up at his house so we wouldn't have to drive separately. I arrived at his house to find Kara and my friends sitting solemnly on the couch. Kara said they were here to talk about my problem and that they just wanted to help. I said there is no problem. Suddenly it clicked in my head what this was about. I couldn't help but laugh out of shock. Yeah, because they all think you have a drug problem because of your overproducing earwax. This is ridiculous. She asked what was so funny, and I said, first of all, why didn't you talk to my wife or parents? She said she didn't want to involve my enablers, which just made me laugh harder. She looked annoyed and said she was done trying to help. I said, that's all right by me, and she stormed out. I explained to my friends. They knew I have a condition, but never pressed me on it. I guess when Kara approached them, they thought that I was lying. Naturally. Obviously, I'd rather they know than worry about me being an addict when I'm not. I thanked them for their support anyways. Kara had apparently reached out to all of my friends by social media. We all got a hearty laugh out of it, which Kara must have heard because she was, of course, eavesdropping. She then burst back in and told me to tell them the truth, to which I said I did. My friends kicked her out. We went for lunch, and I thought that was that. Dear God, this lady is like your parole officer. What is this? Why is she like eavesdropping? Your cousin that you clearly don't have that close of a relationship with is just following you around, stalking you to make sure you're not a heroin addict? Like, what even is this? Anyway, my mom called me yesterday and told me that she talked to Kara about the whole thing and explained. She said Kara was very upset with me and essentially called me an asshole for not explaining and laughing in her face and embarrassing her. I said I was embarrassed and that Kara had no right to my information, especially medical info when you already said it was medical. I mean, like, you then find out that the person wasn't lying and your only rationalization is, well, you embarrassed me. Like, what is that even? That's so weird and low. Just strange behavior. I think she shouldn't go around snooping and making assumptions. My mom still thinks I should apologize. ETA. She didn't see my alarm go off, just ran into me on her way from the kitchen. My alarm isn't for dinner time, it's for 9:15 p.m. I do it at home most of the time. Edit. Broke up the wall of text. Sorry about that. That is just wild, honestly. And yeah, no, very clearly, obviously, even without going through the comments here, that's not the asshole. You might be like, a bit, I guess, of the aggressor in certain parts of the situation, but like you kind of have a right to. You already said it was medical. You have no like obligation to explain to your cousin that you're overproducing earwax. All right, well, let's see. She owes you a major apology as her spreading untrue information about a possible drug addiction could have caused you to be harmed. That honestly didn't even think of that. What if somebody shared this information with your employer? Depending on your profession and your employer, you could have been suspended or lost your job. Yeah, that immediately could have happened, especially going to your friends. Like, what if one of your friends was like your manager or just a coworker or something like that, and they just immediately went, like, there might have been a reason you didn't tell your coworkers. Maybe they're not trustworthy, your friends. I don't know. You don't really like, especially he didn't say which friends. It could have been some of his extended friends, where like an acquaintance you kind of talk to here and there. You don't really want to just immediately overshare all of your medical information with everybody you know, right? I don't know any drug addicts that have it on a daily timer. Yeah, no, that's a good one too. Yeah, not even a real addiction. You have to remind yourself to be addicted. As a sober addict, the timer is all the time. Anyway, all right. Well, that's enough of that one. Let's go to the next one. I think we will maybe stick to 2 per episode. That seems like probably, unless they're short. But I think if they're normal length like that, we'll stick to 2. And if they're super long, we'll just do 1 per episode. I don't know. We'll check feedback. If you guys want longer episodes, just let me know down below. My family is refusing to leave the basement. And we got to save that one. Seems a bit intriguing. Am I the asshole for not telling my husband's family that I speak their language? Oh, yeah. Great. My husband, Peter, 29 male, and I, 27 female, have been married for about 3 years. We have 1 child together, and I was pregnant with our second. I'm Western Canadian while he's from Germany. Awesome. We lived in Canada for a long time, but because of inflation, moving back to Germany seemed like a better option for us. We bought a nice house in Hanover, where Peter is from. The day after our flights to Germany, we all visited Peter's family. Moving to Germany honestly makes sense. The day after our flights to Germany, we all visited Peter's family. This was the second time I've seen them. The first was at our wedding. They greeted us and brought us inside the house, fussing over my son. We had dinner, and soon we left the house, waiting to settle into our new home. We visited Peter's family often for the next few months, but I had started to realize that they would sometimes speak about me in German. They would make rude comments on my hair and makeup, question my fashion choices, and overall were just very unkind to me. They also said mean things about my pregnant belly, which I was already insecure about. Yeah, see, this just, I don't know, that's already just coming off as weird. It doesn't really say anything about whether or not your like husband was playing into that, but I mean, I don't know, that seems ridiculous. If your family is like smack talking your wife in front of you, I feel like you don't have to be disrespectful necessarily, but you should definitely stand up for your family. Like, you picked your wife. I don't know why you would be okay with your family talking about her like this. Seems a little ridiculous to me. Because they're not even mad about anything. They're just like being like high school girls, gossiping about like their clothing choices and shit. Like that. I don't know. This seems very petty and just mean. Like, I don't know. I ended up talking to my husband about this. I told him that I don't like the way they were treating me. I said that I hated how my every choice was judged. He told me that he would talk to his family. Well, I mean, that's a good response, I guess, but I mean, he didn't say anything already, like, then, in German. You think he would have just, like, even if he didn't want to make a big scene or something, he could have just said something back in German, like, shut the fuck up. Like, oh. The next time that we went to his parents' house, there were no more mean comments. For about 3 months, it was like nothing ever happened. I gave birth to a perfect baby girl that we named Lilith. Some Borderlands fans or something over there. Peter's family was very upset when they heard the name. If you didn't know, Lilith means ghost or of the night. We didn't pick this name because of its meaning, but because it's a name that every girl in my family has had for many years. My middle name is Lilith, along with my mom's, my grandma's, and even my great-grandma's. Oh, okay, well, I mean, double entendre is common, and, like, any rational person would understand that a family name is separate from some weird meaning that the actual term has in your native language, you know? Especially if you're not even German. Like, I mean, I know clearly from context here that she can understand German, but, like, from Canada, and your whole family has this name, it's like they can't really assume that you're choosing to call your kid a ghost or some weird thing. Anyway. For a while, I didn't visit my in-laws. I didn't want to hear them talk about how I shouldn't have named my daughter Lilith, but yesterday we saw them again. It was my mother-in-law's birthday. As soon as we showed up, things started to go badly. Everybody wanted to hold Lilith, which made my mother-in-law upset because people weren't paying attention to her and made me overwhelmed. What the heck, man? It's a baby. Why are you getting upset people want to hold a baby? Everybody always wants to hold the baby at the party. Why are you're like, what? This is so weird. Like your friend has a baby who, like, everyone's like, oh, it's so cute. Let me see, say hi. It's like, what? Why are you getting butthurt that your extended family wants to see a baby? I didn't want people holding her. I was going through a pretty bad postpartum depression, and it was still pretty early to see people. I let people look at her, but declined when anyone asked to hold her. And see, that's different. I'm not saying that the mother should have felt pressured to let everybody hold her, but it makes a lot of sense that, like, the whole family wants to see the new baby, right? During dinner, I heard my sister-in-law talking to my mother-in-law in German. I heard her complaining about how she couldn't hold my baby. My sister-in-law, jump scared with the comments there, I'm going to leave that down. My sister-in-law even had the audacity to call me, and I quote, a fat, ugly, hokey addict. Oh my God. Wow. All right, well, I turned to my sister-in-law and mother-in-law and told them off in German. I basically said that I've always known what they've been saying about me, but calling me names was the last straw. I also mentioned how I've known German for almost my whole life. The table instantly blew up. People were yelling at me because apparently this was all my fault. Nah, they're just mad that you could understand everything they said, and now you know they're bad people. I left with Peter, and we haven't talked to them since, so am I the asshole? No, the fact that you even said we haven't talked to them since shows you're not the asshole. You should know, like, your own spouse not talking to his family because of how unhinged they were acting. Yeah, no, that's just wild. Anyway, let's see what Reddit has to say about this. Not the asshole. Assholes are never wrong. They remain assholes by refusing ever to take ownership of their own words or actions, so they never have to change. They can't be as judgmental and insulting as they want because they're right, and anyone who challenges them must be at fault. So of course it's your fault that they were insulting you. They couldn't have possibly been in the wrong. Sorry you married into a family of assholes. Well, I mean, I don't know. The fact that her husband, at least it seemed like, wasn't playing into the hate and even, like, cut contact with his own family, if you can believe this part here. So, I mean, honestly, what else really could you expect? You know, I told my husband literally the same thing the other day about arseholes never being wrong, and that no matter what I said and done to point the finger in someone else's direction if someone points out that they're arseholes. As for OP, I seriously love that she's been with her husband this whole time and could understand what they said. Just kept quiet and never called them out on the nastiness before to their face. I'm just glad that when it came to defending yourself in regards to your parenting style and whether or not they're allowed to hold your child, that you put them in their place, because no one gets to make that decision for you. Yeah, exactly. Like, you got this crazy superpower where they don't know that you understand them. Like, you're only really gonna use that when you should, and this is probably, like, your best time to use that would be to defend, like, your family habits and how you raise your own kid. And I don't know, people questioning that is just really weird. It's something that only you and your husband get to decide. Exactly. Oh man, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when this happened. Yeah, I'm just picturing this situation like it's just wild. You're not the asshole. I give you credit for trying to maintain the peace. And those who say that those who say she should have told the family earlier about her German, I say no. Yeah, no. I mean, she's got no obligation to be like, what? I know that you're mean? Like, what? Oh, I don't know. I probably also wouldn't have said anything. Just kind of keep listening to everything that's being said. And also, another point here, I almost refuse to believe that her own husband didn't know she could speak German, unless she's some kind of, like, German-Canadian spy here to take out Trudeau or something. But if her own family didn't know that, like, her husband, rather, didn't know that she spoke German, like, I would find that highly weird. So I feel like he just didn't tell his own family, too. It's not like everybody in the situation was, like, setting them up to be a dick or something. Like, she just showed up and they were immediately insulting her. I don't know. Well, that'll about wrap it up for the first episode, I think, as it's definitely gone on. Depending on editing, it's over about 20 minutes now, so I guess we'll see how long it is after the cutting. But If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a comment and a like and maybe subscribe. If you dislike, leave a dislike and make sure to let me know why in the comments. I will see you guys in the next episode. Hope you guys have a good day.